assholes come and listen to us. It's the Keith and the Girl Show.
Welcome to Keith and the Girl. I'm Keith Malley.
I'm Chemda.
Billy Procida. How you doing, Billy?
Hey, everybody. Happy to be back.
Billy, apparently there's something I got to talk to you about, but we'll get to that. First off, let me say this. This Saturday is our live silent trailers.
That's right.
Be part of that. If you're a Keith and the Girl VIP member, you get a free ticket. Let me tell you something about VIP. There is so much going on. It's so much fun. There's going to be a new Daddy Issues episode coming very soon. My brother's in Canada right now for work, but as soon as he comes back, we're going to do that. I'll tell you what's up. We're going to do a new Diamond Dogs coming up soon. Blucas, we're going to have a civilian, an honorary Diamond Dog on the show. We'll find out, has he been getting laid lately? How does sex feel on his penis? It's so very exciting. Sign up to Keith and the Girl VIP at keithandthegirl.com/VIP.
Oh my God, did I just hear from Billy?
That was such a
How
weird.
dare you man whore little slut.
That was such a weird way to refer to sex. How does sex feel on the head of his penis?
Are you allowed to yuck that? Is Billy allowed to yuck that?
That's such a clinical way to say it, though. I just felt like it was my doctor explaining how birds and the bees work.
Let me tell you something, Billy. I don't know about you, how you fuck this kind of thing.
Yeah, you do.
I know, like, you have a bag of
I've
toys
been
and
on this
shit.
show. You know exactly how I fuck.
Oh God, we've seen it.
But yes, it feels very good to me. I feel it on all the nerve endings of my penis, and I'm just curious what's up with Lucas. So
Great.
we'll
Now
talk to
I'm
him
on
about
Billy's
that.
side. Okay.
Big news: the 2022 marathon that Billy was part of, he was on with the great Dana Gould, in fact, is now available for everyone in our store, keithandthegirl.com/store. Okay?
Yeah.
So
I might get it
VIP
just to memorialize being on with Dana Gould.
Yeah, VIP, you want to check out, and the store you want to check out. In fact, my dad wrote me the other day. I took a nap in the afternoon. I woke up to this email, so I want you to know where my head was at. The email was, straighten up and fly right before you imping your immortal soul of your own lies. I don't know what he's trying to say. Straighten up and fly right before you imping your immortal soul of your own lies. Then he wrote Deuteronomy 27:16.
So he said, straighten out or your lies will destroy you, is what I'm getting out of that.
Okay.
I speak Bible. I went to yeshiva for 9 years. It's the first one, so I don't know if this one's in the second one or whatever,
Wow.
but let's see.
Deuteronomy. Yeah, I think that's the Jewish Bible, right?
I
Well,
doubt it. I think that's from the dude section, and that's like you can kind of gloss over every other sentence on that one.
My brother checked it out, Ken, and it's, cursed is anyone who dishonors their father and mother. Then all the people shall say amen. But I didn't know that at the time when I had groggy eyes, opened my eyes, and decided to write back, go fuck yourself. So there's
Everything I try to do in my career is like trying to dishonor my father and mother, but they insist on keep being proud of me.
Really?
How dare they?
Your parents are proud of you?
Surprisingly so. Yeah.
How? Your father's a finance guy, right? And weren't you a finance guy before this?
I've never touched finance. My dad wanted me to join.
That makes more sense. Uh-huh.
Yeah, he's in real estate, like development and shit like that. But yeah, he always wanted me in the family business. And I was like, no, I want to talk about dicks.
Right. Was he one of those fathers was like, well, at least you're not a homo type attitude?
No, I think he just wanted his kids to be successful in like whatever they did. And he didn't understand the whole podcast thing until I brought him to a live show. And he came down and he saw like a sold out audience. He saw a merch table. He saw like a stage with his son's name on it. And I think he got it because he could see like how one could support themselves. Mm-hmm. And then after the show, one of the women one woman in the audience came over. She had traveled from Mississippi. This man HorCon weekend. And she goes up and says, hey, are you Billy's dad? He's like, yeah, I'm Billy Senior. And she's like, of course you are. And says, well, she said, your son's show saved my marriage. And has to give him a hug. And I was like, and then he tells me that story afterwards. I was like, okay, like the guy gets it and he's like able to be proud because it's like tangible and real to him, as opposed to before where it's like, yeah, my son, he's being a comedian, whatever that is. I don't know. He won't even try to get SNL. So I don't know what's the matter with him. But
I love that. And I'm really happy for you. And I think it's nice. And it's definitely like a supportive step. But may I, and this is not towards your father.
Sure.
Parents are such garbage. What the fuck? A stranger has to tell you that I'm doing well in order for you to really grasp what I'm talking about. You don't think that we have like sat in front of our parents and went like, hey, my this thing is happening and my this thing. And they're just like, all I hear is stupidity coming from my child because I still think they're 5 years old and telling me nonsense that I will not understand. Then I go to a show, I see a name on the stage. That's my name. That's Junior. So all of a sudden, you know what I mean? It's like, why didn't you trust me? Again, your father sounds great. Everyone has their steps and whatever. But if you're a parent and your child is going, I'm doing well, and you're going, how so? That's a step, right? Then if you pause and actually listen to the answer, I remember when my brothers were first getting into like the .com, right before the .com boom, they were part of it, you know, and my parents, people would ask my parents, what do your sons do for a living? They seem to be doing well. My father would say they sell air because he thought it was very cute to not know what his sons did and to portray that and to like, you know, make it even bigger. Like they sell air. And I'm like, you know what? You were an entrepreneur too, Dad. You know, this is probably where we got it from, all of us. But so for you to say they sell air instead of selling, like they sold advertisement for content, you know, like find a way to say that in Hebrew. I don't know.
Yeah, but like selling air is a huge business. Like selling air rights over buildings is massive money.
Yeah, they didn't say it that way. They said, who knows what these kids are doing? Like as if they're falling into money by accident. Right. Like, well, I raised them well, so I guess they're just going to be successful no matter what they do. But now they're doing stupid shit.
Well, it doesn't help when they don't know what the thing is in the first place. You know, with back then it's what's a .com. Now it's like my dad still doesn't understand what a podcast is. You know
what? But that's their problem also, because I remember being a kid and I didn't know what my father did for a living. But, you know, if I paid half attention, if I actually gave a shit, I would know he manufactures clothing. You know, I knew he did something with clothing. But because I didn't give a shit because I am a child, once I did give a shit, you know, your parents kind of don't want to give you information at all once you're an adult. I don't know what they think I'm part of the FBI or something. And that's who I'm interested in.
All I know is my dad gets a 7.5% return every year, like clockwork. And I don't want to ask questions. That's all. That's all I know.
How long ago, by the way, were you scheduled to be on the show, Billy? Do you know Hemda or Billy? I'll tell you why I asked.
I think a couple weeks
ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we ask, you know, what should or could we know the show about you? And Billy said not going to chat about present romantic relationship, which is fine. I would only ask, is that tough doing your show, the Man Whore Podcast, and not talking about your specific relationship? 5 minutes before the show started, your latest podcast episode came into my feed. It's a breakup. Billy, how are you?
Terrible. I mean, I don't not talk about it on my show. I just didn't feel like having Keith yell at me and scream at me while I'm sad.
If he promises not to yell at you while you're sad, would you like to talk about it?
I'll
hang up on him. Look, check it out. I'm the host. I could absolutely hang up on him.
That's sweet of you. I'll still decline. It happened last night, and I think everything I had to say, I put out in that episode that came out today. Because I basically I got dumped for the third time, and I went to my bed. I cried into a microphone for an hour, and then I edited that down, and I was like, I think that's good for now.
Did you take out any sniffs?
Nope. No? Oh no, kept that ugly shit.
That's all
in there.
He kept in, actually. So I had more questions. It's just crying.
Yeah, it's just a lot of sniffles. You're like, what happened? We don't know. Yeah.
And every once in a while you hear Daddy.
I wish.
You can't be in a relationship and not talk about it on your show. Is that correct or not?
I mean, I do talk about it on my show. I just I didn't feel like talking about it, today.
Can we talk about it
at the time? By the way, and the reason why it was a couple of weeks ago, it was there was some tumultuousness, and that's why I was anticipating saying I think I'm going to pass on talking about her for now. Yeah.
If a woman asked you, hey, can you if a woman asked you, hey, don't talk about us on the show, but we can still be, would that be impossible, or you? Be
is this like a romantic partner, a primary person? Yeah, I have those conversations when I date, especially when things get more serious, because I always want to respect a partner's privacy to a realistic extent, right? So that comes down to, am I allowed to post us on Instagram? How may I refer to you? I'm not going to hide your existence, but your name or your likeness or certain types of stories. Like my most recent ex, she just didn't want me to talk about explicit sexual details that were attributed to her.
Like how it feels on your dick?
Right. And but because I'm not monogamous, there's actually like a fun workaround, because in theory, all I have to do is not attribute it to her. So like in a hypothetical rim job story, right? If I want to tell it for some reason and it was her, but I don't want people to know, I would just say, somebody rimmed me. It didn't matter who, because I have something else about it I want to talk about. And it's plausible because like my audience knows that I have multiple sexual partners.
Is that in small print or larger regular print in the contract when you guys first get together?
Large and explicit up front. I tell them like, hey, you're going to be in my life. Like, do you kind of enter this world, and how much of it do you want to be exposed in or not? Like the girlfriend before that, Megan, aka Miss Giggles, I mean, she's very public about her sexuality and is like a public figure type. So
I hope so. You gave her 5 names. I would hope so.
Well, so she's a public figure already. She talks about her sex life already. She doesn't care what I said on the show. Previous girlfriends before that were more like, call me this name or call me this initial, or you can call me this name, but don't post my picture on Instagram. But I always try to have those conversations up front, as things get more serious.
Yeah. When I want to tell something personal about Kyle on this show, I say I have a mistress, and then I explain the story. And
it's a good workaround.
Yeah.
My mistress, right? Yeah. No, it's when Kyle role plays as your mistress for fun, but no one has to know that. They can just think, Keith is cheating. We're on board. Tell us the story. Give us the juicy deets. What did the penis feel like?
I have a question about not talking about things. I'm sorry, I keep bringing it up. Is it Keith, or do you just not want to talk with anybody publicly except for yourself in bed about this?
This
is more of a Keith question relationship.
Sure. Well, this the request I made a couple weeks ago is very specific to this person who we call Wallet Note Lady, and we were in a fight and we were having some tough times, and so I knew I didn't really want to get into the weeds on that. I didn't know that I would get dumped 18 hours before the show, so it kind of extended to that as well.
Why Wallet Note lately? I apologize, I haven't been able to
why do we call her Wallet Note Lady? Because back starting on Mother's Day starting on my mom's birthday last year, I left her place. I went to the wine store to get wine for mom's birthday. And then I go to the checkout counter. I took out my wallet, I opened it, and there was a really, really sweet Post-it note saying really, really nice things. And then every once in a while she would do that. She would like hide a Post-it note in my wallet.
Broken up by Post-it notes.
No, not this time, God. But yeah, that would have been epic. That would have been an epic way to get me. If I had done something like shitty, that would have been a cool way to do it. Is like, don't let me know you're mad. Don't let me know you're angry. Let me leave your apartment and like go do commerce. And then all of a sudden I'm crying in a bodega because it says like, fuck you, I'm out. Yeah.
There was, first of all, there was a Sex and the City episode where she did get broken up in a Post-it.
What?
And second, I think it's a great excuse to look through your wallet and then leave a Post-it like that was your original idea.
Right. That's funny.
I love it. I'm going to put Post-it notes on people's phones. Like, no, I wasn't looking through your phone. I just wanted to leave you a Post-it.
Can I ask you if the breakup was your fault?
No. I mean, yes, you can, but no, I don't. I wouldn't call it my fault. I did not do a thing. Yeah.
That's a bummer, right? That's when it gets tough. Like, what the fuck did I do? God damn.
Yeah, well, it may just it's not as sadly not as simple.
Are you comfortable with me and Keith talking about your breakup and then you just listening so you don't have to talk about it?
I mean, if y'all want to like fabricate things out of nowhere, but last time somebody talked about someone I was with, I got in trouble. I was on a show that no longer exists, and I think it was Myka Fox. And what's that? Kerryn?
Kerryn Feehan.
Yeah, and they like,
how are you terrible or something?
No, yeah, something like that. And they were like shitting on the girlfriend at the time, and I just was so unprepared. I didn't know that was gonna go down.
You didn't know who you were with. That's a.
Well, I didn't know they were gonna hit the girlfriend, and also not for nothing, the girlfriend at the time, such a smoke show. I didn't think there'd be anything to roast on her, and nor did I think she'd be up for. So I just was not like comedically prepared.
Oh my God, have you met Myka and Kerryn before that?
I was brought on.
You should be prepared.
Well, Kerryn and I very much did not like each other, and so I was surprised to get the invite. And then so like beforehand, well, I got bamboozled. Why am I coming in so hot?
You didn't get bamboozled. If I went to Myka and Kerryn and went, "This is Kyle. Thoughts?"
No, it was like Lewis hit me up and was like, "Hey, they want you have." I was like, "Hey, I know Kerryn doesn't like me. Like, are you sure they would?" There's like, no, they want you on. Then I hit them up privately to kind of confirm the same, because again, Kerryn and I did not like each other, but they were acting all like, "Yeah, no, we're excited to have you on." So I thought it was like kind of an in good faith thing, and I showed up, and I know they're like shitting. It's about shitting on each other.
Why is it so hard for me to not blame a victim when you're on? It's amazing.
Because for some reason you don't like me.
It's so hard for me. I love you, Billy. You don't even know.
Do you? I don't know if you do. But it's fine, because the message board is on my side apparently. As soon as I started seeing the KATG crowd stick up for me in the message boards, I was like, all right, this is fine.
Why do you and Kerryn not get along, or why didn't you?
I don't even know the origin.
You guys fucking Fifth Avenue or something?
No, okay. Definitely did not.
Okay.
No, I would imagine that just Billy is the opposite of what Kerryn likes in a dude in general. Like, just even kind, even in
compassionate, complimentary.
I think she would agree with all of this.
Consensual, those things.
Wow.
Are you available for dates now?
I think I'll be taking a break from the romantic shit for a little while.
Sex or romance or both?
Yeah. Can you straight hog fuck?
I mean, I don't think I can straight hog fuck, but if there's a good glory hole around, you all know I'll show up, right? It's
not to suck, to be sucked, right? Just to be clear.
To be sucked, and I don't know. I'm pretty wrecked.
Is that what your curtains behind you are about? Are those two glory holes?
I'm actually running a new business. You can see there's I got 3 booths set up in my apartment. $10 a head per head, right? And it's thriving. You look, rent prices have been going up all over New York City.
To be clear,
and we're all
Billy,
doing what we got to do.
You seriously did have a glory hole in your apartment before, so this wouldn't be crazy.
Correct. My previous apartment, the setup, the layout was lended well to having a stranger come in and out unannounced.
Right.
Yeah. Who's the picture of that woman behind you?
Susan Sarandon, right?
That's my girl. Yeah.
Susan Sarandon.
Oh, the lovely Susan Sarandon, yes.
That's who's on your wall. That looks like her headshot from 1952.
Oh, no, girl. She looks nice and 56 in that. She is...
I'm saying in that it looks like an old kind of photo, like very much this is my school yearbook thing.
I mean, it's definitely not her like activist on the street look that she's been really rocking lately, but it's definitely like a glamour shot, and she's covered in porn star autographs.
Oh. Okay. Autographed with what?
Porn star names. I mean,
with a pen or
not jizz. Okay. I gave them a Sharpie marker.
That could be like a fucking dartboard of jizz for all I know behind you.
I know Jack Slaher is very, very talented, but I don't know if he can really nail the cursive income.
You know what? That would be a good game at maybe one of your meetups or whatever. The pin the tail on the donkey, but with squirters and jizzers.
Oh,
am I
just
onto
like
something?
Walking around, jerking, blindfolded, and be like, okay, I think I'm ready to come. I think the person's here. And then you just try to land. Yeah.
I'm onto something.
There's a fun party game in that somewhere.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You know what? This is perfect time. Better help. You want therapy, Billy? I mean, anybody. You're just right in front of me. BetterHelp is a great place to go. I go there, Billy. I'm not saying you. I go there. I love it. It helps.
And what's to go? This is a thing that's like on an app, on your computer, on whatever you want, audio, video. You don't have to go anywhere. You press a button to get BetterHelp.
Relationships take work. A lot of us will drop anything to go help someone we care about. We go out of our way to treat other people well. But how often do we give ourselves the same treatment?
Ooh.
Billy, this is time for you to focus on Billy.
Oh, yes, it is.
Right? BetterHelp is online therapy that offers video, phone, and even live chat sessions with your therapist, so you don't have to see anyone on camera if you don't want to. It's much more affordable than in-person therapy, which I think is amazing because it's on your schedule. Give it a try. See why over 2 million people have used BetterHelp online therapy. BetterHelp and Keith and the Girl listeners get 10% off your first month. BetterHelp.com/KATG. BetterHelp.com/KATG.
Better help them spell it, Keith.
Hello.
Yeah.
They can't handle better help.
Now, Billy, we're not going to talk about your most recent breakup. That's cool. No problem.
Sure.
Can we talk about while Keith was, pre-showering before the show? Can we talk about how you lost a massage therapist?
Oh, yeah. That
okay.
It's really neck and neck which one hurt me more, to be honest with you. That was a long relationship I had with that lady.
So he had happy ending massages from somebody who lived worked fairly close, and she refuses to get vaccine. So he has to give up his happy ending massages with her.
Oh,
yeah.
How long ago was that?
This was last summer because I saw her a few times during like later 2020, back when we were all making excuses of like, oh no, the positivity rate is this arbitrary number, so I feel comfortable, right? So I was like, okay, if I'm gonna open my exposure to an extra 4 people, she's one of them. And so that was cool. She's great. I found her 1 week after Sesta Fosta passed, which is some legislation, is very anti-sex work legislation. It's also anti-free speech legislation. If anybody ever wants to ask me about why that, happy to rant. But about a week after that, Backpage and the Craigslist casual encounter section and the adult services section went away, right? And I found her like right before all that disappeared, because in the aftermath of that, I didn't even know where you could shop for a hand job, right? Someone would be like, Billy, how could I get an escort? I'd be like, I don't even know anymore. So I was very grateful to find her. I'm sorry,
you looked through the Craigslist things?
Craigslist, Backpage, there are other places, but at the time.
You ever seen anyone you know? You ever seen anyone I know?
No one that we knew. It's possible maybe I came across someone I recognized, but I not really. I think I just recognized people I had seen before. And
wait, hold on, Billy. Did you just say you saw somebody that you and him both knew?
No, I said not somebody that we both knew.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. But I'd sometimes see people who like I'd seen them before, didn't enjoy the experience. I'll be like, well, good luck to whoever goes for that. But this woman, she undercharges herself like vastly. Like I think it was like $125 for an hour, which is like normally like $200 to $300 is an hour for a massage and a hand job.
So this is a whole massage and a hand job at the end, and she really does do an hour of massage or 45 or whatever.
It's like 45 ish, right? And then you have to turn over and you do the spit, and then you end with the face, which is really nice. You come down, you just had a good cum, and you're feeling nice, and then they just like do all those like the natural lines on your face. Oof, big fan.
Do they wash their hands first, or they're just moisturizing you
covered
with
in
your
cum?
own shit?
Well, that stuff is good for your skin.
Give me your white hat.
It's why Chemda looks so natural and young. So
watch your mouth, fucking Billy.
so she really she undercharged a lot, which just meant that I was able to tip. Because if you charge $300, I don't usually have it in my budget to tip on top. But you charge $125, I have an extra $50 for you when it So
how often is this habit?
Gosh, I think it depended. Because she would give like a legit massage, I would honestly go when like my body need a massage. I usually don't go to a happy ending massage just because I need a hand job. It's not worth the price to me. But the price differential between like a quote unquote legit massage for an hour and an hour with a happy ending, depending on who you see, it's not that much more. You're almost like you're laying there at the end with a hard on being like, the value add is just, I don't know, it's fiscally irresponsible sometimes not to get the happy ending, in my opinion.
Yeah, sure. That adds up. Is there, Is there a time limit? I would be very pressured to come. Like, I imagine if you're getting a 45-minute massage, you have to come in 15 minutes.
You can't. You've had sex with men before, right? Like, you know that's way more than enough time.
That's true.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm the type, especially when I was younger, like, and I didn't have, I wasn't making a lot of money. I always wanted to like squeeze as much time out of a session as possible, because they sometimes say an hour, but really they mean till you pop. And so I would like really breathe and just like try to prolong the hand job and keep my, sometimes people call certain sex workers clock watchers, right? Some of the Johns in that world will call them clock watchers if they're like really strict on time. Well, I was clock watching because I was also strict on time. It's like, I don't care if you're massaging my dick or my back, but like, I want my hour. And I would sit there like, it's almost as if we'd both be looking at the clock while she's jerking me off, waiting for like the hand to hit midnight. It's like, okay, now I got to come because I got to go.
This fun lifestyle, it's very fun. Don't get me wrong, but
everyone's like, why is he single? How on earth could he be dumped with such a fun lifestyle?
Well, this is what I'm saying. Do you question yourself going, I want to live a poly crazy fucking fun lifestyle, but it really is affecting my relationships. Do you ever think that or no?
Hab-ending massages have never been a point of contention in any of my my romantic relationships. Luckily,
what do they say? You bring it up and they go, first of all, I love the idea.
I mean, I've never brought it up, but honestly, sometimes I've had at least a couple people suggest maybe we get a happy ending massage, or they join me. They watch me get the massage and then they join in to do the ending themselves.
It's not usually the sex that's breaking you up, right? What's like what's common
theme?
Yeah.
My personality.
Yeah. What pisses them off the most?
I don't even know anymore. I had somebody who dumped me and called me emotionally abusive and gaslighting and love bombing and posted all on Facebook about it. Right. This is like 4 years ago. And
like 4 years ago, somebody outed you going, this is all his problems.
I wouldn't call this outing, but you follow me. So they post all this stuff. It was a big thing amongst the whole play party people. It was a whole big to do. Billy's this, Billy's that. Well, I ran into this person at a sex party a few weeks ago, and my date's in the bathroom, and they came up to me, and I was like, oh, hey, where's your partner? And they were like, actually, yeah, no, we broke up. By the way, I've been thinking about you. Now that I've actually dated an abusive person, I realized you weren't abusive. You weren't emotionally abusive.
Where's that
you weren't
post?
Gaslighting, right? I didn't want to be pushy at the orgy room, but this was that would be a later request as we continue conversation. But they were like, that must have been so confusing for me to say these things about you and you to not be doing them. And you must have been like, what's going on?
Holy shit. Good thing I bumped into you at this orgy.
Right? They were like, I've been meaning to write you a letter. Well, like, I mean, I don't know where that letter's been, but I'm glad I saw you now.
What's an example of emotional abuse that supposedly you did? You don't know?
They would say, exactly. That's the thing. I'm not saying any of this stuff doesn't happen. I'm not saying like I am infallible and could never possibly.
But that's heavy. Emotional abuse. That's fucking heavy.
I think a lot of people, and I don't know if this was a phase, it's still part of a phase or what, but there was this trend I would notice where a lot of people would say something about someone and they would use an SEO buzzword like emotionally abusive, gaslighting, what have you. Right. But no one wants to actually say what happened. Right. What was the abuse? What was an example of the gaslighting? Because we can't just throw around words that mean different things to different people. And then no one actually knows what happened. They just know someone is labeled bad.
I'd be careful to ask people about details just because you want to know if they're accurate about their definition of gaslighting. I would sooner say, why don't you define gaslighting if you're going to post about it, not necessarily have to bring your personal life just because somebody else abuse you into this post.
I think it depends on the purpose of the conversation. Is somebody coming to me and saying, hey, something happened to me and I need emotional support? Then it's not really, it doesn't matter if like they're quote unquote right or wrong or accurate. They just need support and I can just be there and be supportive. But if we're talking about like somebody wants you to not work with somebody, this is something that happens in the comedy community. People say this person's an abuser. But if no one can actually say what the abuse was, if we can't figure out even what we're talking about, I think that's problematic. There's a certain comic who is getting a lot of heat, getting a lot of stuff, and there's a whisper network about this guy. I think a lot of people could take good guesses who I might be talking about.
Sexual, you mean?
Yeah, about like sexual assault, depending on how you define it.
Do you notice that you're not saying it? Why don't you say it?
I'm getting there, but I'm also not I'm also not naming this person and saying this person is this thing, and I don't know the story, right? But I have heard like tangible stories that fit his MO that have been said among different people about groping in certain types of places, and it's a consistent behavior and action in a consistent state of mind in consistent types of venues. Well, like at least I know that. And so I feel comfortable when I'm speaking privately to people about this particular person because like I know what the hell I'm talking about. If someone says to me, well, did you know that John Doe is an abuser? Again, if this isn't someone coming to me with a tale of abuse they've faced, but they're either talking shit, drama stuff that happens in the comedy scene, or if they're just trying to tell you like you shouldn't work with somebody. At some point, someone should kind of know what happened, because I think that's a very.
Who's this guy? What is this?
Yeah, I have no idea.
I'm not giving you that. I'm not doing that right now.
What are the initials?
What, they have to be famous? What's going on?
They are famous, so it's and they're on their pathways to being more famous, and nobody seems to want to give a shit. And I
can't give a shit. I have no idea. Now,
is the first name with an M?
We could talk privately.
What is this? This is not private right now.
This is but this is the difference between naming somebody and naming like I said, I'm not trying to start a whole thing right now.
You just did.
You did though.
No, I didn't. I didn't name somebody. What are you talking about? I was trying to give you an example of why I think it's problematic.
Are we booking that person?
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen it.
Did we used to?
I'd have to go check the website, to be honest.
Fucking Billy.
I don't know. The answer to that question, I don't know. What I'm trying to get at is that I think it's problematic to circulate something like so-and-so.
Do you think it's true? Do you think it's true about this person?
About this person, yeah.
Have you seen it?
I have not seen it. But hearing multiple stories from different sources, and it's the same behavior, and it's a behavior that fits his MO, an MO I have seen, I buy it. But hey, if he ever came out with a statement, I'd read it, right? But
well, anyway, they'll be on Friday, right?
Great, yeah. You can ask.
Well, don't blame the Friday guest. Now I got.
Oh, right. Sorry.
No.
see. But
no one's booked for Friday so far, and now no one will.
Now no one can, right?
So this ex of mine
women only.
Yeah, right.
Well, not for nothing. I just lost a podcast producing gig because one of the co-hosts, a 60-year-old grandmother, got called out for sexual harassment. And had to like resign from boards, and they immediately shut down the podcast, and I lost a job. And because obviously that's the most important part. No, so hey, Keith, you joke, but who knows? So what I'm getting at is that like my ex went around publicly and privately posting a lot of stuff saying Billy's abusive, but like really not actually saying what I was doing. And now it turns out I wasn't. But there have been like. I have faced repercussions from their words. You know what I mean? And,
Jesus Christ. Yeah. Okay. So
and then they come to me at this party and they're like, yeah, you're fine.
Why do people see you that way? Again, I don't want to come off victim blaming, but a lot of times you come on our show and it's like, I'm grading this person's nerves. I've graded that person's nerves.
I'm very unlikable. I know.
Why?
I don't know. A lot of
I believe, I really truly believe that you have good intention. I really do. But you have graded the nerves of our audience also. Like sometimes the whole episode is fully split. Billy's annoying, Billy's the cutest. How?
How do you do it? How the fuck do you do it?
And he sees the glass is half full, which is good because, this could really be depressing.
It used to be very depressing. But I'm trying to lean into it not being as bad as maybe I sometimes fear. I think I'm a very special kind of unlikable. I think a lot of people like me, but I think each of them thinks like they're the only one who does.
You have said that before. And
they're going like, Billy, man, he's such a great guy. I don't know why everyone hates him.
You have me, Billy, right? But everybody's telling you that.
You two are here right now. It's like we're having you on. We like you, but why does our audience hate you? I don't know if that's true. I'll check the message board.
I don't get it. All right. Well, let me ask you this. What are your thoughts on Russia and Ukraine?
Oof. I'm just glad we all hopefully know where Ukraine is now.
That's true. I only find out things because of war.
Yeah.
You only pay attention to a map. What is going on, though, in this war in the Ukraine where apparently you two went in there to perform the show.
What?
Joe Biden just said hi. What the fuck? You could just
those
go
are
in
very
and out
different people,
war.
Keith.
Yeah,
those are people with very different types of security clearances. One's U2, the band, and the other one is the first lady.
What the fuck's a security clearance? There's war. I'm U2, though. Oh, right this way. Right what way? It's a fucking war.
Right?
I just don't get it. That's crazy.
I don't understand. That's an epic way to go if they bombed the Bono concert.
They know that'd be too much is the thing.
Be like that scene in the beginning of that South Park movie where they were like, they've bombed the Baldwins. Red alert.
Right.
The Baldwins are gone.
Let's see here, Billy. What should the audience know about you? Is there anything that you think they're misinformed about, or just what you're up to in life that they should know?
Oh, I mean, I'd like to repeat what Khemda said, which is I think I'm well intentioned.
Okay.
I really believe that. I don't understand this.
I have a lifelong history of rubbing people the wrong way. The problem.
You're not kidding, right?
No, I'm not kidding at all. Since I was 6 years old, I've been called annoying. No one will tell me how I'm annoying. So I also can't fix the problem like I want to. I am just forever this thing. And I can't fix it. There's no instruction.
And you're trying so hard. I so believe that you're trying.
Well, now I'm trying not to try at all.
You talk to exes on your show, this kind of thing. Hey, let's figure out why this didn't work. And still no answer. That's got to be frustrating for you. I mean it.
Yeah, man. Yeah. But I'm trying to just focus more on like, do I think I am doing the best I can and where are my intentions at? And, am I able to say sorry when I need to say sorry? Can I minimize harm when it happens? I think that's the best I can do for now until somebody wants to come to me and be like, we actually finally have a PowerPoint presentation of all the different ways you're annoying. And I'll be like, oh my God, finally, I've been waiting 25 years for this. For someone just
like people have tried. Am I right?
No, people just say you're annoying.
I've argued with you. I don't know if it's about like specifically you're annoying or just annoying me with your point, but
I mean, not for nothing. Your message boards was not fully on your side with some of your arguments with me.
Oh, they're on your side?
I have seen some defenses of me in the more recent appearance message board, whatever's, where people are like, why is Khemda picking fights with Billy for no reason? It was like I could say like, oh, isn't it a nice day? And you'd be like, is it nice, Billy? Is it nice?
I want to see this message board. Is this .org?
This is KATG.com.
All right. I have to believe you.
So they're saying that I have bullied you and picking on you for no reason.
I don't want to put words in anyone's mouth. I'm just saying.
You just did. I'm going back. Oh, this is why. Okay, what just happened?
He didn't say it at all. Okay, so here's
no. You started using different words. I never said you bully me. You then inserted the word bully, and then I said I don't want to put that word in anyone's mouth.
Right. You're just not nice.
Wait. But you said, Khemda, why? They said, why are you picking on Billy? Right?
Picking fights.
Fights. That's like not bullying.
Just like getting into arguments with me about stuff where you're like, why is this an argument?
Right. I honestly understand Deuteronomy better. You know what I mean?
That's okay. I give you that, Keith.
Here's what you want to do. You want to find, of course, you're like me, right? We're all little fucking hens. You want to know what Billy's up to. You download the Man Whore podcast. And he's going to tell you. He's going to tell you about this fucking breakup. Yep. First, you have to hear an interview before that. He puts at the end. I found out. We couldn't get to it, but it's there.
You want to skip the interview? Jump a half hour in. And you can hear me cry for another half hour. But
Everybody
if you want to hear
loves
people
that.
say nice things about me for the first half hour, that's pretty cool too.
Well, I'll just watch it. I want my dessert first.
Totally. I get
That's
that.
all.
I
Because
get
I want to
that.
know how my friends do it. And then I can text you after and be like, hey, that was sad. You know,
Yeah.
right now, though, I don't fucking know. You know.
Yeah, man.
There it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Billy, thank you so much. I mean it. It's good to see you. I hope you're all I hope you're what are you going to do today? What are you doing for self-care? What are you doing the rest of today, for example?
I am going to go to the gym.
Okay.
I am overdue for a gym visit, and then
This
probably
is a regular gym, right? Like nobody jerks you off?
not that I know of. I mean, I'm open. If there's a co-ed locker gym where sex is allowed in the locker room, I mean,
You're back. I love it.
I'll pay
You're back.
$20 a month for that. That's
Baby's
okay.
back. Say it. Say
You know.
baby's back.
Baby is
Huh?
what line? Baby's back.
Baby's back.
Yeah.
I know it.
Yeah.
Now, when we were on the forums, not to keep pounding on this,
Oh
but
boy.
I did this more than Keith. Yeah, I do argue with you more than Keith because Keith goes, sounds good.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. The end. You know.
You're like, Billy, you don't need a gun. Which I still think I do.
Do you really?
Well, look, there's a Supreme Court case right now that might change the license, the rules in New York City. So I'm just gonna wait.
Oh, so
And
you can shoot instead of abort? Is that what we're talking
No,
about?
there's some sort of open carry type of permit case in the Supreme Court right now. We're waiting on the decision, and that might make there be more guns in New York City. And if there are gonna be more guns in New York City, then like I probably should have a gun in New York City.
For what?
If everyone else is gonna have a gun,
Mm.
You think you could kill a person? You think if there was a subway shooter, you think you can kill him?
I could totally shoot someone in the kneecap.
You can
I don't
aim
know
that
about-
good.
I was about to say, like, that is a small target. I would do my best. I don't know about above the waist. I'll have to talk with my rabbi.
Have you ever shot a person?
No,
Oh, no,
I've
I'm
never,
sorry. Have you ever
I've never
shot a
fired a
gun?
gun.
Sorry.
Never. No. I mean, I fired plastic fake guns like Big Buck Hunter. I'm not too bad in that, but never a real gun.
Never, not even like in a shooting range, or you never pulled the trigger of a gun.
When I holed up with Megan for when COVID started, it was like I had the car. She knows how to use a gun. We're a team right now. That was our plan in the beginning. Like she knows how to uncock a gun. Like I've seen a movie, so I'm pretty sure I could cock the gun, but I wouldn't know how to like uncock it when I changed my mind. And I think that's important.
No, I can tell that all of this is coming from movies because you think you're going to drive while she's fucking shooting everybody. And you're,
Those early days of the panty did not know what was going to go down.
oh my God, Billy with a gun.
I thought the preppers might come out of Reddit and take over the streets. And I was like, I don't know.
Are you saying you're going to carry the gun with you because everyone else has a gun? Like, you're
I
gonna
mean,
go
I'm
on-
just going to wait and see what the landscape becomes and reassess then. I have no current plans to purchase a firearm, but
Should you have a knife on you in the meantime?
I mean, I did have a big fucking knife pulled on me a few months ago on the J train at like 3 p.m.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it was like a big fucking knife and it was like 6 inches from my face.
Okay, story time, Billy. Hello.
I'd rather
First of
not.
all, sounds good. No, listen, 3 p.m. on the train, any train should be
J train above the ground. Like
that's a full train. Am I right?
it was there were definitely people on the train. Yeah.
So it wasn't just you and this person.
No.
What happened right before the knife came out?
So I was on my way to get an orgy outfit in the West Village.
Sure.
What's an orgy
No,
outfit?
no, it's
I'm
a
sorry.
trick. No one gives a fuck. All right, so you got your orgy
I got
outfit.
some thigh high lime green socks, some glitter, some rhinestones, a mesh top, the staples. And I have it in a black bag and I'm on the train and across from me is this dude, kind of a bigger black dude, maybe like late 30s, right? And then caddy corner for me next to him is this old Vietnam War age couple. He has a Vietnam vet hat on. I don't know how old that is, but whatever age that is, that's how old this couple is. And then this young homeless girl comes onto the train, young black girl comes on the train asking for money, says, hey, like she's like newly homeless. She's trying to get money for a room. She's like, I got $80. I need 110. So anything you could have. And that older couple starts snickering at her, like kind of after she passes by, being like, oh, she should be grateful. She got $80. What? Back in my day, $80. And dude across from me snaps justifiably and just like gets up and starts screaming at the couple. Like, I'm tired of you fucking white people this, tired of you fucking white people that. Everyone on the train is pretty on board. No one's like telling him to calm down. He's just yelling, screaming at them. And their whole defense was, we're old. That truly the whole thing. They're just like, why are you yelling at us? We're old. And then he just keeps yelling. It's like, fuck you. And then the chick comes over and he's like, they was making fun of you. She's like, why would you make fun of me? I'm just asking for help. And they're still whatever. And then the dude walks up in front of the old lady and she stands up and he starts to throw
elbows,
not like forearm. He gives her like some forearms to the face. And not for nothing, everyone on the train is still kind of like, racists should get punched a couple times, right? So we're all like, okay. And then I see the old guy still sitting down. He's got a big walking stick. And I don't know what like Vietnam vet juice he still has in the tank. So I see him start to raise it. I get up and go over to like, and I put my hand out over the stick. I'm like, fucking no. And then as I do that, and the guy has no idea, by the way, he's about to get whacked with a stick, with a walking stick. And then he starts throwing body blows to the old lady. And that's, I don't know. I felt that was a little much. I tapped his shoulder to be like, come on, man, that's a little much. And then he turns, and the next thing I know is a big fucking blade in my face, and he's yelling, I'm tired of you fucking white people. Oh, by the way, everyone's got a mask on. He can't see I'm scared. He can't really understand words I'm saying. It's just, I'm tired of you fucking white people, this, that. And then I get back, and I'm on the, I thought I was going to get cut in some fashion. Old couple escapes the train. The young homeless girl comes in and is pulling him away from me because we're like, come on, man, you know what will happen. Don't do this. Don't whatever. He then gets off the train. He actually goes to like confront the old white couple on the platform at Myrtle Broadway. And I'm just sitting there on the train like shook. Me and the young girl have a quick conversation. I tell her, I was like, he didn't know I was stopping that dude from whacking him in the back with the walking stick. I get home and I'm like, I'm supposed to go to a fuck party tonight. I'm supposed to put on glitter after that. Man, I still went. I smoked some weed. I did an hour of yoga and took a nap, and then I went. But yeah, that was the scariest thing that's ever happened to me in New York City. Was a big fucking knife in my face on the J train in the middle of the afternoon.
What kind of gun
you going nuts?
What kind of gun are you going to get? Do you think?
You know, I heard that there's something called a Glock, but I don't. That's really all I know. So I should probably read some literature.
Or go to a shooting range like Hemda was saying, but I hear you.
Or Hemda might argue not buy a gun at all.
It's just interesting that you can't just buy a car. You have to have a license. You have to in order to drive, you have to have driven.
Right.
So it's weird that you can go, I'll put on my glitter, my fucking fuck outfit, and I would have pulled a gun at this situation.
In that situation, I don't know if I'm pulling a gun with intent to
There's only one reason to pull a gun. Intent to what? Intent to what? You have
kill? There's a difference between you can pull a gun and have intent to disarm. You can have intent to.
You have to be ready to shoot when you pull the gun.
If I were to go through with this absurd idea and plan to arm myself, I would do some prep. I do all those things. I wouldn't just show up and buy it like a, I was about to say CD, but wow, is that dated? I wouldn't buy it like a pair of jeans and just show up, try it on in my hand and purchase. You know, I'd be responsible about it. But
so when would you think you would have pulled the gun out on this scenario?
It was weird because of how close the contact was. Like I've seen knives on the train before.
It's New York. Who do you think you're shooting at? They're going to be right in front of you.
Well, no, because I've seen knives like on the train before. Like I think I've had a knife that pointed at me once or twice on train, but like from a far distance, like far enough away, you can start to ideate exit strategy or what you would do or pretend like you could do anything. Okay, but I've never had one just straight up in my face before.
But now someone will have a gun from far away. Can you pull it out? If somebody pulls a gun at you, Can you pull out yours?
I mean, not in this present moment. I am not trained, but like I would, if I were to own a gun, I would train myself and I would go to shooting arms. I would like do whatever is the responsible shit to do. But like, that's just not any sort of immediate future plan right now.
I just
always something in the back of my head.
How much we know that cops have a hard time in that heat of the moment with all their stupid ass training. We seem to believe they don't have enough training, because when it's time to go, they're shooting at the wrong people, right? And they're firing ridiculously. They're missing, of course, because you can't shoot at everything. But give your average person who doesn't need any training. I mean, so you're saying you would like there to be more training involved with getting like a permit? I would like more training and more tracking. You track my car, you know when to take it away because I didn't make any payments. Mm-hmm. You know to ticket it when I'm using it wrong. You know to tow it if I haven't paid my tickets in fucking forever. And if I lend it to someone else, it still belongs to me and can come back to me. If someone else gets into an accident, I still get. So I'm responsible for that gun. I don't think that there's a lot of responsibility for gun owners. I agree. And I'm like on board with everything you just said. But also it'd be cool if the Supreme Court rules against these people in this particular New York City case. And, there'll be a little less of that going on. I think they wanted to be able to get permits to get like concealed carry in New York City. I think that's what the case is. I'd have to look it up.
Hey, neither here nor there. You're excited about Roe versus Wade being overturned. Explain.
Oh God, so amped, so hyped, right? Yeah, man, that shit's fucking crazy. I don't even know where to fucking begin. I feel like I've been yelling about a variety of issues for a long time. So it's nice to see people get on board. Like I got two sisters, not very political people. I think they've been getting a little bit more political over the last 4 years, but generally speaking, like they're not posting stuff often. I post a black square on Instagram type of politically active, right, if you know what I mean. And, but they did, when this came out, when that leaked, they did start posting about that. I was like, all right.
Are they against
Somebody's
it?
Waking up. Oh yeah, they're against overturning that. They're pro-abortion.
You're on the good
rights.
side, right?
Yeah.
Just checking. You never know.
Yeah. Oh no, totally, absolutely. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
All right.
I got nothing. Sorry, I got nothing funny about abortion. I just wish GOP legislators would try to block a woman's uterus with their mouth instead of legislation. Right.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
How? There it is.
There it
found
is.
one.
Say baby's back.
Line. Okay, baby's back.
Billy, thank you for your time. Good seeing you again.
Thanks for the pick me up, everybody.
I wish you the best. I hope you don't,
I don't
too much.
Okay, don't worry. I'm safe.
Oh, good. All right, the end.
KeithAndTheGirl.com